Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So, my name is Nizam Iskandar from AcadSystems. Okay, so for today, free online lesson, we will be discussing about sheet method. Okay, so what is a sheet method? Sheet method is a feature in Inventor Pro. Okay, so before we start, I want to ask you guys, can you see my screen? And can you guys hear my voice? Okay, hi, hello, welcome. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, I assume you guys can see. Okay, so for today's free lesson, again, we will be discussing on sheet metal. So what is a sheet metal? Sheet metal is a feature in Inventor Pro. Okay, Autodesk Inventor Pro. All right, so this is today's agenda. So first, of course, sheet metal. What is a sheet metal? And then the feature that is in the sheet metal feature. Okay, finally, the three benefits, all right, of using the sheet metal in Inventor Pro. Okay, so sheet metal. So to use sheet metal, once you create new in Inventor Pro, you must select sheet metal mm.ipt. Okay, sheet metal mm.ipt. All right, using sheet metal, it's not in the standard file. You must use this sheet metal file. Okay, and then create, and then click create. All right. So sheet metal in Autodesk Inventor Professional refers to the specific design environment and tools, okay, within the software that allow users to create and model parts made from thin, flat materials such as metal sheets, okay. These parts are commonly used in industries like manufacturing, automotive, aerospace, and more. Okay, so basically sheet metal in Autodesk Inventor Pro is a special way to design thin metals parts like those used in making cars or metal boxes. It has tools to create these parts and also to show how they would look as a flat piece of metal. Okay, they are bent into their final shape. This helps manufacturers know how to cut and shape the metal correctly. So it's a helpful tool for designing and making things with thin metal sheets. Okay, so next, the features. So the sheet metal environment offers specific features like contour, flange, okay, lofted flange, hem, hole, and more, which aid in designing various types of sheet metal parts efficiently. Okay, so basically once you open the sheet metal file, you will see this one lah. Okay, so face, flange, contour flange, lofted flange, contour row, hem, and more. Okay, you got bend, fold, and the right. All right. So the three key benefits in using sheet metal design in Inventor Pro of efficient design. So streamlines the design process for sheet metal parts with specialized tools like bends and flange. Okay. Second would be accurate flat patterns. Generates precise flat patterns for manufacturing, showing how the metal should be cut and bent. And finally, design intent and simulation, right? Allows clear design intent, making modifications easier and enables simulation to identify potential issues before manufacturing. Okay. So that's all for the introduction. All right. So I will go straight to the software. Okay. Wait a minute. All right. So this is the assemblers. Okay, so today I will be creating a model that would be made from using the sheet metal design, which is a door hinge. Okay, so I will be making these three parts. Okay, so first leaf, second leaf, and then finally the pin for this door hinge. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so after we have created three parts, I will assemble them one by one, and then you can see how to use the sheet metal correctly. Okay, so once you go home, okay, once you open the Inventor Pro, it doesn't matter 2021, 2022, 3 or 2024. This is the UI for home tab lah. Okay, so I click on new. Okay, after you click new, you must go to ENUS, click metric, you will see this one. All right, so what I do is I select or I choose sheet metal mm.ipt, and then I click on create. Okay, so once I click create, I will go to the sheet metal file. Okay, right, can you guys see? Okay, so let's start with our first leaf. Okay, so there are 3 parts, right? So I'll be creating the first leaf. So like normal, you will create, in order to create a part or a 3D part, you must first have the 2D sketch, right? So I select start sketch. Okay, so I will choose this XY plane. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can choose anywhere, any plane that you want, but I will be choosing this one. All right. And then for the main body, I will be using the rectangular. So I will be choosing the 2-point center. Okay, so I select this one, and the dimension will be 35 by 100. All right, by 100. Okay, so after I done with creating this, as you can see, a hinge must have this, right? Okay, so I will be creating that using rectangle also, but 2 point. Make sure to not snap here unless you want to start with here. Okay, but my one it doesn't start from the top. Okay, it starts from the certain distance. Okay, so I create a rectangular, I snap here, and the dimension will be 10 by 20. Okay, so in order to place them, I will use dimension, this one, and this one, this 15, enter. And then to copy or to create the other 2, I will be using this rectangular pattern. Okay, so I select this one, rectangular pattern. So first I must choose the direction. So for the direction, I will choose this side. Okay, as you can see, the direction goes upward. So I will flip, and then as for the distance, I will be change it to 25 mm. Okay, 25 mm. All right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So rectangular, select this one, direction. Okay, flip the item. So the item I want 3, and then 25. And then you can click OK. All right. So now 1, 2, and 3. So after I done with the the basic or the base of the drawing, I will be going to go to sheet metal, or you can finish sketch first, but it doesn't matter, and you sequence. All right, so I select face. Okay, every time you want to create a sheet metal design or product, you must first select face. Okay, use the face. So, and then you must choose the profile. So I select this one, 2, 3, and 4, and then hit apply. Okay, so as you can see, they have a default thickness. So how do I change the thickness? Okay, using face is a bit different when you're using 3D model extrude, where you can define the height or the thickness by yourself. Okay, in sheet metal, yes, you can define, but it's not from the face tools. You must go to sheet metal defaults. Okay, so I go to sheet metal defaults. All right, use thickness from rule. I untick, so the thickness I change. Okay, we can change the thickness anything that you want. Right, so for the thickness I change to 2.5. Okay, Click apply. Now, as you can see, the thickness has been increased. Right, so I close. Okay, so how do I do this one? Okay. How do I do it? I will be using the pen. Okay. All right. Fold materials back over a face to straighten it or to eliminate sharp edges. Okay. So I select hem. So for the type, there will be 4 types. Okay, single, teardrop, roll, or double. But as for me, I will using roll. Okay, and the angle would be 270 degrees. Okay, so to select, you click on select edge. So I click on select edge. So I select first edge, apply, second edge, apply, third edge, and then apply. Okay, now you are done with this one. All right, next. So what is this? All right. So I'm not using the, draw circles and then I extrude, no. So the features that I'm using is hole, okay? So in order to use the hole tool, I must first have a point, okay? So what I do, I select this one and then new sketch. Okay, click sketch. Or you can select to the sketch and then select this face. Okay. So as for the point, I snap 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so then I define the location. So I use dimension. This one will be 10. And also will be 10. Okay. This one, 17.5. Okay. This one will be 35. Okay. This one, 10. 5, 17.5, and 10. Okay, so after you have done with creating the points for the whole, okay, you can finish sketch and then select hole. Okay, select hole. All right, as you can see, it will automatically detect the point that you have created. So for now, I don't want to change anything. Okay, I will be using the simple hole, countersink, through all direction. Okay, full. So my direction will be this one. All right, so now I can change this one. So this one will be using 7.5 millimeter. All right, and I click on OK. So now we are done with the first part. All right, so the first part. Okay, so for the first part, I can change the material. So for the material, I will be using why not copper? Okay, so just now I use steel, so for now I will be using copper. Okay, so if you want to change the view, you can go to view and then change the visual style. Okay, you can use realistic, you can shade it or shade it with edges. All right, so now I have done create my first part and then I need to save. So I will be saving here. Okay, so this one and then click save. Okay, as for the second part, all right. Okay, again, create new, sheet metal, create. Okay, so for the second part, I'll be creating the other leaf for the door hinge. Okay, same. So I use the rectangular center to point 35 by 100 and turn. And then, so for the row one, it might be different because the first one have 3 and this one have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I must draw one rectangular. Okay. Use that side. So for the first one will be 10 times 12.5. Okay. This one. And then I must create another one that will be 10 times 5, enter. Okay. And then this one dimension. So this one will be okay. One and this one is 40. Okay. And then dimension again, this one. So, I don't remember the I think that would be okay. So this one would be you can say for this one. So this one I changed to 2.5. All right, so 2.5 just to make sure. Okay, cool. So this one 20. All right, and then what I do is I can just use mirror. So to use mirror, I click. I must create a line for the mirror line. So I select mirror. So for the object, I will select these two. Mirror line will be this one. Apply, okay, and then done. Finish sketch, and then use face. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, hit apply. All right, now change the sheet letter default. All right, so I will choosing the same thickness. So 2.5, hit apply. Okay. Okay, so okay. All right. Next is for the hem. Okay, I click hem. Again, I use roll 270. Okay, select right this edge, apply this edge, apply this edge, apply, and this edge, apply. Okay, so this is how a hem looks like. All right. Okay, next I will be creating the holes. All right. So for the hole, okay, use point. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Dimension will be the same. This one will be 10. 10. 70.5. 35. 10. 35. 10. And 10. Okay. Next, finish sketch and then directly choose hole. Is same 7.5. 7.5. All right. So I've created 1 and 2. Okay. So now, after I've done this, I change the materials. Same with the first part. There will be copper. So copper polish. Okay, and then save. Leave 2. Save. All right. And then after I create these two parts, and as for the final part, before we assemble, I must create the pin for the door hinge. Okay, so this one. Okay. So as for the pin, it will be different. I will be creating it inside the standard MM.app file. Okay, so I create this one. Let's start to the sketch using line. So The height will be 2.5, 5.5, 100, 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. Okay, and then it's also 2.5. All right. Next, I must place it to the center so it won't moving. It won't moving. So click on coincident. Sure. All right. And then for the dimension, this one is center. Origin will be 50. Okay. Now the line have been changed to black color, meaning it has a fixed location. Okay. So it won't move. So I finish sketch. And to use and to create the pin, I will be using the revolve, okay, revolve tools. So profile has automatically choose this as the profile, and then second, I need to select the axis. So for the axis, I'll be using this. Okay, so I don't need to change anything because I want it to rotate 360 angle. Okay, 360-degree angle. Okay, we'll name. Okay, doesn't matter. So I just click OK. So I have done with the pin. So next, change the material to polish. Okay, save. So I save pin. Okay. All right. Now to assemble it. So I go to home, create new. So to assemble, we must go to this one. All right. So standard mm.iam. So Inventor assemble model. Okay. So I use this one. Create. Okay. So to place our file or our 3D model, we select place. So go to the folder and then select the file. So first, this one, open. So I place it here. Okay. Anyway, you like. All right. So now, as you can see from this model, this one can be moved, while this one cannot. So how do I do it? How do I do this? So I just constrain the first part only. So I constrain this one. So to constrain this model with the drawing, okay, I go to this origin and open this folder model origin. Okay, I open this one. I put a constraint. Okay, so I put a constraint. So constraint creates a constraint. So I click constraint. I select YZ plane, and then this plane. As you can see, it rotated, right? So I change the direction. Okay, click it, apply, and then XY, apply, exact, and then XY, and then XY, apply. So now the model has been fixed to a location, so it won't move. All right, so you see the restrict symbol, right? Okay, so next I place the second part, lift to open, and then I will constrain these two models. So constrain this axis to this axis, apply, and then this, okay, constrain, and then this one, this surface to that surface. All right, hit apply. Okay, now it has become like this, but it's still not perfect without the pin. Okay, so I place the pin, open, and then constrain it. So I select this axis to this axis, apply, and then this surface to this surface, apply. Okay. So now the model has been created. Okay. So if you want to change the view, you can change here. Okay. Any visual style that you want, realistic, shaded with edges. Okay. You can also change like opening the shadows. All right. Change the default lightings. You can use infinity pool, green light, and so on. So I'm using just default lights. Okay, and then finally, I just have to save the assembly. So I change it to Hinge. Okay. So I save. All right. So basically, that is the most basic way in creating a model using the sheet method. Okay, you can go through flange, you can go through contour flange. Okay, you can get to lock the flange. All right. So for today's topic, we just go through what? Go through face and hand. Okay. So I think that's all for today. Yeah, before that, so this is our website. Okay, if you scroll down, we have our latest Autodesk promotion. Okay, as we call the best price. All right. Okay, and then you go down a bit. Okay, so this is our latest Autodesk Free Online Lesson and courses. So if you want to join, you just click and then save your spot. All right. So next, in case you have a technical issue, you can go to our help desk. All right, so here. Okay, so sign in if you have created one, but if not, you can register. Or if you don't want to create an account, you can just create new ticket as guest. Okay, so once you create the ticket, okay, you can put your name, your email, okay, your issue that you face. It doesn't matter about your drawing, okay, about your licensing and all. Okay, we will try to help our best to solve the problem. Okay, so that's all for today. Do you guys have any question?